Okay, so hello everyone. I'm Lucas Czech from Poland. I have a farm. I have a farm close to the Poland, Belarusian and Ukrainian border in this place, and we also create some, I can say, a network called Agro. And up to today, we created 28 operational groups, and I want to talk about one of them, which is Zamojska Farma, and Zamojska between Zamojskie or Zamość is a region on the south of Lubelskie, so close to the Ukrainian, very close to the Ukrainian border. And this operational groups was related to short food supply chain, and it was focused on starting production of potatoes and starting selling them by online channels with whole packing, logistic, and so on at the beginning. So the idea was started by Marcin Gryn, which is, I can say, a quite famous farmer in Poland. So it's farmer which is very popular in interviews or other social internet activities, and they have and this farmer was constructing own equipment, and the idea was that it would maybe worth to um, cultivate more potato, but to make the cultivation and production more profitable, we could try selling the potatoes directly. Also, other agricultural goods like sweet corn or cauliflower. And in this project, a group of farmers was gathered, and the short supply chain was established. So they bought together the truck to transport the packaging and cleaning infrastructure and so on. They make multiple interviews in the internet, yes, about possibility of buying potato from the farm, and it was, I think, quite topic in the internet, in the social media, and it attract different authorities, different institutions. Like there was, for example, lectures on the university how to change something at the farm level, because the leader of the operational groups was very young in the moment of creation the short supply chain. Marcin Gryn was maybe 24 years old, something like it, and it attracts the attention of both locals and both, for example, universities and institutions. And after it, from region, maybe around 20, 25 different farmers was interested in creation supply chain. We help them with the documentation about it. We make workshops how to start the short supply chain and direct sales, for example, in beans or different herbs, or also potatoes. And we were also on multiple events to raise the awareness. And for example, because this group was dedicated to short supply chain, and in Poland we have operational groups dedicated purely to short supply chains and research and development, also including short supply chains. It was just the beginning, because the first step was operational groups to create the common infrastructure to sell, to process, to gather the activities of the farmers around selling and preparing to sale of potatoes. And after it was the idea of further activities related to potatoes and sales of potatoes from the farm level, how we could change the process, improve the process, optimize the process, and this in practice, we prepare other other two operational groups purely related to research and development, but the operational groups were always have some part of this group involved. Yeah, so it was something like evolution of these groups, and farmers involved in this short supply chain were increasing the area of cultivated potato. And for example, because of more people were contacting this leader about sales, about potato production, about the advisory, for example, Martin bought a harvester self-propelled for potatoes uh, to make some services, for example, for community in Lubelski region. Because what is very interesting, uh, and it was not common during preparing these operational groups. The potatoes are going quite popular again in the eastern region of the Poland because we have more important grains from Ukraine. Yes. So, for example, in this eastern region, the standard production of winter wheat, oilseed rape because of the import is the profitability is very low. And on the other hand, it created the space for the cultivation of potato and other vegetables, which are harder to import. Based on that, two operational groups were created. One related uh, to no tillage in potato production and uh, such way of cultivation improving soil standards and gathering more carbon in the case of producing potato for not for industry but for consumption. And the other groups was created with one large not advertisement but some kind of marketplace, but it was a B2B marketplace where every month around 30,000 farmers put information that, for example, they want to sell lorry of potatoes or cucumbers or buy something mainly for horticulture, yes, and vegetable market. And the second operational group created later was dedicated to creation of B2C, so from business to customer, internet platform, which with implementation of some infrastructure called Rolnikomat, which means among us like farming automate for sales. So it's something like fridges related to and connected via API to internet portal where you can buy some fresh vegetables or farmers goods directly from the automated fridges without contact from the farmer, and whole internet platform to migrate around 200 farmers from this existing internet portal to the new one. And in practice, we are ending this next month. We are ending the initial phase of the two new projects, and it gathered attention of public. And what is maybe very important to underline that in practice the end users were satisfied. It was it made the popularization of such technology such problematics, but the biggest value was created in some kind of maybe consulting or advisory based of generation of new knowledge. So it increased the profitability of the farms involved, yes. It increased profitability of the companies involved, but I think that the biggest value was, for example, that other companies for example, from Germany or Austria comes to this. They came to this farm to make some agreements about, for example, workshops, trainings, gathering information, organization of, for example, conference. There was, for example, an invitation for Horizon Europe about testing microbiological solutions in potato. So the biggest added value was related to the dissemination of the knowledge and transferring it to economic or social changes in thinking about the agribusiness in other farms in companies also outside the operation groups. And to finish, I think the main challenges are related to high initial cost of always that we have to put a lot of time and effort and cash, and we have also to make the regulatory barriers related to the realization of the grants and selling directly, which is not so easy in Poland. And the biggest value is gathering attention of public. And for example, by end of this year, it is prepared to have a large conference with, for example, banks, financial institutions, equipment providers about how we can uh, improve the sales and the cultivation with reduced carbon emission and greenhouses emission in potato in smaller farms, something like it. So thank you for the attention. I hope that it was useful for you and you could hear me well and see me well with the presentation because we had some technical issue. And I'm open for the question and the discussion now or later.